People don't understand how intense the workout is until they actually do a demo like you did, Chava. BODY20 is the future of fitness. So yes. I can work out 20 minutes 3 times a week, and it's equivalent to like 12 hours in the gym.
So did you just like leave and say, I'm going to take some of this, I'm going to pack my stuff, and I'm going to move to Vegas?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it unfolded.
Nope. Let's move across the country. Let's open up a business. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it.
CEO InMotion. CEO InMotion. CEO InMotion. CEO InMotion.
Here's one more episode. Welcome to the CEO InMotion Podcast.
I love it.
Michelle?
I'm excited.
Let's go. So, what is that? We don't want to get in an accident the first 2 minutes
in
that
the
we're
Starbucks.
In here. Yeah, I should look into this. So, I'm here with Michelle Anderson. She is the owner of BODY20 here in Las Vegas, Summerlin. BODY20 is the next level of fitness. You can do a workout in 20 minutes. That's equivalent to about 3 to 4 hours. So I'm really excited to learn the science behind it. I'm really excited to maximize the effectiveness of my workouts, which I have been doing the last 6 months. So we'll talk about those results already. And yeah, Michelle, welcome.
Thank you, Chava. I really appreciate the time and effort to do this. And I never done a podcast in the car before. So this is super exciting.
There you go. I kind of took that idea from, have you seen the Jerry Seinfeld, comedians getting cars and getting coffee? I was like, how about we just meet at the Starbucks? We'll get some coffee, which you already got your shot of espresso.
I did. I'm ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, awesome. So for those people who are watching this who don't know what BODY20 is, give us like a quick summary of what BODY20 is.
Sure. So it started, the first studio, we're a franchise, so there's about 70 studios across the country. The first studio was in Fort Lauderdale, so literally it was a half a mile from my house. And it was a South African that put a patent on it with another gentleman named Chris Pina, and they put together with X-Body. Now X-Body is a company in Hungary, and they provide the EMS suit. So it's a full body suit. You basically work every single body part with the exception of your calves. I've tried it before. Don't do that.
Wait, what's EMS for people that are not in the industry?
Is electrical muscle stimulation. So we basically put a electrical pad on every single body part. So you're doing your quads, your glutes, your hamstrings, you're doing
biceps. I feel it everywhere.
Triceps, traps, your pecs, your upper and lower back. So your booty. I mean, you definitely get a BODY20 booty. That is for sure. That is the first thing that you're going to see pop. And we hook you up to a machine, and based on your athleticism, based on your muscle memory, you set your individual levels, and it's based on how high, from a scale of 0 to 10, we want to be around a 6, how high you can have your levels while you're doing a full body workout. So you're lifting weights, you're pumping.
Yeah.
While
you're actually doing a workout.
You're doing a workout.
All your muscles are activating. I mean, I when I first put this suit on, we were at this conference. Do you remember? And you guys had me hold these like rubber avocados. I don't know what you call them, but you're like, try to do some curls. So that was easy. And then you guys turned it up, and I was like, oh my god! It's so great because you can increase, I guess, the level of how hard it is of intensity based on the person. So you guys got me from that. I was like, all right, if that's for the bicep, and I was sore, by the way. I was sore because I was also filming it.
People don't understand how intense the workout is until they actually do a demo like you did, Chava.
And then from there on, I went to BODY20, and it's perfect for somebody like me, right? Like where I don't have a lot of time. I mean, it's 7 p.m. and I'm filming a podcast, on a Tuesday. My days are 12, 14 hours long, and I need to get that workout in. And what I love also is that you give me all the metrics from the beginning. Like, you give me a base of where I am, and then what to work towards.
And that's the coolest thing about BODY20 is it's completely personalized for you. So we do a full in-body analysis. We get you on this machine. It's about a $10,000 machine, and it tells you exactly what your in-body score is, what your muscle mass is, what your percentage of body fat, what your basal metabolic rate, which is really important.
What is that?
Basal metabolic rate is the amount of calories if you were, I always tell people, if you're going to lay on the couch all day and not move, that would be your resting metabolic rate. So for people that are tracking their macros and putting it into, a fitness pal or whatever, they can basically load in their basal metabolic rate in there, whether men is 2,000, 2,200 calories. And then anything they do above that from an activity level, that's basically what their calorie deficit is going to be.
But what's a healthy one, like for guys and girls? Does it vary?
Yeah, it varies. The lowest I've seen for women is about 1,200. You don't want to go below 1,200. Depends on muscle. So the higher the in-body score, you're going to have more muscle. So women, I've seen women around 1,600 that have a lot of muscle.
So the higher is the better in this case.
The higher in-body
you're burning
score,
more.
you're burning more. You're resting
on its own.
Yeah, your muscle is just burning. The more muscle you have, the more you're going to burn.
Or is that like is that hereditary, or is that just based on your diet? Like if it's just the base?
It's a combination of all the above. It's hereditary. It's based on how you're eating. Obviously, eating is the foundation. It's how much protein you eat. Protein is the key to muscle. When you work out, like what are you eating afterwards to maintain that muscle? And a lot of people, honestly, they don't work out as much. And we've had weight loss centers. They've been contacting us and saying, hey, my client's on Ozempic or Mounjaro, and they're losing weight.
That's the new fad.
It is the new fad, but the problem is they've lost 30 pounds and they've lost a bunch of muscle. Too.
I have friends. A lot of my friends are on this drug. I was like, you gotta pump too. You can't just
You can't.
Inject it or whatever it is.
And they don't realize that. And there's actually studies are starting to come out. And there's a book that was written by Dr. Gabrielle Lyon. And she was talking about how disease is now being linked to lack of muscle. And that people that have Alzheimer's and dementia as they get older, they're showing studies that it's due to lack of muscle. So people don't realize how important it is to have muscle as you age and as you get older.
Yeah, I love her. By the way, she's coming in March. Did you know?
I just heard today.
Yeah, she's coming to speak at this conference. I want to go see her.
I do too.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
We'll talk on that offline, but Parker Seminars is what it's called. Shout out to the guys at Parker Seminar. This is the best secret. Have you heard of this conference?
I just heard about it today. We do a lot of collaboration with Desert Moon Wellness.
Okay.
And I go in the hyperbaric chamber twice a week.
You do?
And so I was
you're all into all these cool
I'm a biohacker for sure.
Yeah.
I totally believe in, and I work when I'm in there, so I don't waste my time. I like to
you multitask. Yeah, there you go. So you read obviously the habits. Okay, so that's very awesome. So this conference is like a chiropractor conference, and then last year they had Gary Vee, Patrick Bet-David. They had Gary Vee's this year. Patrick Bet-David. They had David Goggins. That's who that. David Goggins. They had the guy who wrote the Stoic. Ryan. What's his last name? They had all these big people, and then I was like, what conference is this? And then I just bought a ticket, and it was for chiropractors. And it was the best conference I've been to in a year. So I've been waiting for this conference this year, and
And I heard Jay Shetty's going to be there too.
Jay Shetty, Huberman, Jay Shetty, Dr. Lyons, and a couple other people, and they're both also big. Is it Carol Dweck? I can't remember who the other two people were, but anyway, so they're all gonna come. So biohacking, that's perfect. So, which by the way, anyone that's going to this thing is a potential client for you.
Oh, absolutely. Because they have the mindset and they understand it. And a lot of them, they don't have time either. So we're going to do whatever we can nowadays with technology and with the ability to be able to biohack. BODY20 is the future of fitness. So yes. I can work out 20 minutes 3 times a week, and it's equivalent to 12 hours in the gym. Why would you, unless you like to hang out in the gym?
Unless you go to the gyms for texting, other reasons, creating videos and stuff. No, yeah, so it's really good. And really what it's really cool about your gym is that, like, everybody there kind of, I've noticed they become friends. Like, the coaches are right there. So explain what a typical BODY20 session is for people, and you can explain it to me. I mean, I know what it is, but you can, yeah.
So we do the in-body, kind of understand, most women are like what we call C-shapes. They have high weight, they have low muscle, and they have high fat. So they have that, they're really looking to get the visceral fat off, and they're really trying to build muscle. So they would typically be working out in our studio 2 to 3 times a week. Strength is the foundation for working out in our studio. We start you on a strength setting. We tell everyone to do strength at least a minimum of once a week because it's a progression series. You start at 55 hertz, and within 12 weeks of coming, you work your way up just on the machine. You don't even know it. We set the setting, goes from 55 to 90 up to
Okay,
Champa.
so I didn't know the. I just see you guys pushing the button, and all of a sudden I'm getting like, oh, I was like, I know you guys are doing something to me while I'm doing my squats or whatever exercise I'm on. So you guys can control that.
Yes.
And
So Chava, you're on champ mode because you've been coming so long.
Yeah.
You're at the 90 hertz on the strength.
and the coaches, like the fitness coaches, they all know what to do for each specific person. So it's very tailored, which is really something that I like.
It's one-on-one personal training. So like I know I go in there once a week when I do my strength day, and I'm it's a total body workout, but I want to focus on my legs. So I want to get my glutes and my booty. All the women do.
Girls want
right?
booty. And
Guys
legs,
want the upper
guys want the
body,
chest.
so they come in.
We've had this conversation. Yeah, we're like, what do you want to work out? Well, what do you think? But yeah, if you've noticed, I've been doing a lot of also like leg stuff too. But so you have the, what do you call it? The strength one, and then there's like a cardio.
Yeah, so we have a
And then the
cardio
rest?
setting. So for like women would do 1 strength a week, and then they would do 1 cardio. So depending on your mobility, I'm telling you, if you have mobility, you do cardio hit. The cardio hit is insane as far as increasing your VO2 max and in really, really getting you to the next level. And we have some triathletes that come in and they're like, we have this one gal, she was in today, she does triathlons. She's doing this 100-mile one coming up in May. It's insane. She's my age, and she's specifically training with the cardio hit because it's going to help her endurance in the long run. And it also has a afterburn within 72 hours. It burns your metabolic rate, going back to that, your calorie by 30% increase.
I don't know if I've done those. I think I've done the card a couple of times, but I should try these out too, because you guys have like different things, and every time I go in there, I just wanna get wrecked. I just wanna like
do the
get
push-ups.
destroyed. Yeah, well, Jordan with his push-up, arrows and all that stuff. But everyone that works there is great. So I should say that, like, everyone in your team.
Thank you.
They're really good. You're doing a great job. It's perfect for Las Vegas. Just the location, but the people that need it here it's perfect for it. What got you? Let's talk a little bit on you. Like, what got you? You said it was started like a couple blocks from your house, so you attended it.
Yeah,
Like
so what happened was I've done yoga my whole life. I love hot yoga. And then COVID hit. And I was like, I am not going to yoga and wearing this mask. And I am one of those people, I have to work out and do something every day. So I was literally running on the beach. I did it, but that kind of got old. And one of my friends that, because I worked at Morgan Stanley for 21 years as a certified financial planner. We were working from the house, and he's like, oh my God, you got to try this BODY20. It's still open during COVID. And he's like, you won't believe how shredded you will get. So I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Because all the gyms were closed. So we started going there. And
great business for them.
It was great. Like, they were packed.
They had more than one location, or?
They have more than one location, but the one in Wilton Manors was literally like a half a mile from my house. So we started going there, and it was one-on-one training. We wore a mask, and it was all personalized. And my husband, he played college football, and he just got back into phenomenal shape. And he's had like 10 knee surgeries. So he's like, I can't believe the shape I've gotten back into because I can't do any of the mobility and the hit or any of that. You know, he just did.
Like with the big heavy weight, but
Yeah.
with this you can get the
you can get
contractions.
the toning and everything. And then he got back down to like 12% body fat. And
Nice, Mr. Anderson.
Yes, and we're college football people. So he played college at Florida State, and then my son was going to Florida State, so he came home. I wouldn't say during the summer, like right after March when it came, and so I'm like, hey, you got to come over, and so we started going to BODY20, and those two got from like. My husband was 12% body fat. Garrett got down to 9% body fat that summer. It was insane. Everyone was drinking and getting heavy, and we were all getting in
all
shape
jacked
during COVID. And then Scott's brother lives here in Vegas, so he came to town. He's like, "What are you guys doing? You're jacked." And I'm like, "Oh my God, it's like BODY20. We just go twice a week for 20 minutes." And he's like, so he went. He's like, "This is amazing. Like Las Vegas has to have it. We got to open one in Vegas."
Oh, so he planted the seed.
He did. So he definitely planted the seed. So we started looking at locations, and we figured like Summerlin was great because it's 20 minutes from everywhere. Centennial, downtown, Henderson, and it could kind of be our flagship studio, so that we could we bought 2 other ones too that we're planning on opening, but that could kind of be our flagship studio. So
plus the population of Summerlin is they're affluent.
It's very affluent. We have the Desperate Housewives of Summerlin. So if you come to our studio Monday and Friday from 9 to noon, you will see them.
What? How come I never see these? Like,
We come at a different time.
I know, I was coming like in the afternoons, huh? So 9 to 12 is the time.
9 to 12 is the time. So,
Alright.
and
I'm just kidding, baby. Just in case you're watching this.
Ironically, though, too, we have the new production studio that Mark Wahlberg is building is right literally on the corner of Flamingo and Wallapai.
Oh, so that's where she's gonna be at? Okay, so yeah, it's a great location. So
It's right off 215, literally Flamingo and Wallapai, so it's kind of centrally located for everyone. We have a lot of people from Henderson that come.
So for business purposes, like when you buy a franchise, you bought it in 3s. Is that what you signed up for from the beginning, or is that just your expansion plan?
We can have, when we did the demographics, we pretty much had a handshake on entire Vegas, so we can have up to I personally think about 8 studios. You could even make it like if you had our flagship studio, you can make where you can do a lot of portable stuff. So if you wanted to do VIP service, you could actually go to hotels down on the strip and do some VIP.
Like you would bring the machine and the equipment and everything?
We do have portable machines. We do travel. We do a lot of events, as you know, because we met you at the event for...
That's right, yeah.
For the chamber. So we can travel. So we don't necessarily have to have a location, and that was some of the mindset too with Vegas, but having it in Summerlin and then they have more express studios is the model that they've come out with, and making kind of Summerlin our headquarters is kind of what we're leaning forward in the future. So Henderson, Centennial, down in the Strip are the main areas that we're working for right now.
Yeah, I mean, because Vegas is spread out. I mean, most people are watching this and they're thinking like Las Vegas is the Strip, like where we are right now, which is, every time I drive down here and I do these episodes, I'm like, this is absolutely stunning. Like, look at this place.
It's unbelievable.
I'm like,
Venetian,
men made this. Like, human beings are capable of this amazing stuff. It just blows my mind.
And it's amazing too, because this really could, like, having it down in the Strip here is really getting the BODY20 name out, because there's 11,000 studios that are in Europe. I mean, it's mainstream. Everyone is doing
BODY20?
No, not BODY20, but everyone's doing electrical muscle stimulation. There's suits and studios everywhere in Europe. So we have people that come in that are from Europe, and they just sign up. They've been doing this for years. Because
they're already familiar with it. So where did BODY20 start? Like, was the first studio in Florida, or does it come from Europe?
The first studio was the Wilton Manors.
So that is the
Yes.
first one. So it's a U.S. company.
It is a U.S. company. However, our suits are from Hungary.
Got it.
So
So the technology and everything comes from Europe.
Yeah, so the computer equipment that we use, the suits are all called X-Body, and BODY20 has an exclusive with X-Body where they have the rights to the United States.
Got it. This is perfect. Like you were talking about, like who your perfect audience is like people who already know it and they don't know that it's here in the U.S. So Europeans.
Yeah, so that's the hardest thing about, only 1% of the population here knows about what we do, EMS. So
Well, I can help with that.
okay, well that's why we're here today, so thank you.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll obviously, like, people who watch this and explore it, but really, like, it's just getting to that targeted group, because like how you were saying in your first one, like, it just gets full, and then the only way to grow is get another location, so you can fulfill the need. Because most people, if they knew about it, if they are the right, profile, they'll fill up your place in a day. Like, there's just too many people for one place only.
You're absolutely right. I mean, it's all a marketing thing. If people knew that they could have this technology for 20 minutes and get the results they want, they would join immediately, because our pricing is very, very, I mean, you look at personal training, you're training $50 to $60 an hour. We're less expensive than a personal trainer, and we have a personal trainer in the suit. So you're getting the suit and you're getting personal training for less than that.
Yeah. And those are cheap ones. Like, personal trainers now are like even more.
Yeah.
100, 120. I like that. I like the idea of corporate events too, or the fact that you guys are mobile. Like, I'm just getting like all these ideas where you can pair up and then,
We
go
had
to luxury buildings like where I live, where my office is, like where there's like 1,800 people there that are paying, $2,500-$3,000 rent, which to them, like, that's exactly what they need. They need that stuff. And if you were to just rent your equipment to those people would, hey, can I do a session for $30, $50, whatever, boom, boom, boom.
And that's, I agree with you. And the thing that is important about understanding EMS, I know they sell suits that you can purchase, like Catalyst does. I've done that suit. Couple things here. You need to be very careful when you're doing EMS. Like, you really need to have the technology and the education and the understanding of what it is, because you could really only do training in the suit 3 times a week. So
Okay, explain that. Like, why is that?
There's a condition called rhabdomyolysis, where your body just gets over. When you do strength and you think about it, it's 55 hertz. It's going deep into the muscle. So for people that overtrain in EMS, I always tell people, you can't work strength one day and then you can come back the next day and do strength. It's just too much destroying your muscle. And if you do that too much, you will develop rhabdomyolysis.
Which is what?
It's where your body basically breaks down the protein in your muscle, and it destroys your muscle.
It's almost counterproductive to overdo it.
It's very, very dangerous. So we have to make sure that we really monitor that with our clients and understand what their program is and what they're doing. And so sometimes, they don't understand, because they think, hey, I can go to the gym every day. I can go to BODY20 every day. I'm like, no, you can't. You can't do strength every day, because it's the intensity of that 20 minutes on your body and the 55 hertz. And if you're up to champ mode, you're doing 90 hertz that's going into your body. It's too intense. So
and you're doing it all body. So like, some people will go like, oh, I go to the gym. Yeah, but you can work out legs one day, chest the other day, arms or whatever, and that's how you go 5 days a week. But in the BODY20, you're working everything at the same day in 20 minutes.
And that's what they don't understand. They don't understand the intensity, and the entire body's getting worked out within that 20-minute time frame. So they have to be very careful. So strength can only be done every 72 hours. And then cardio we can do every 48 hours. Cardio's like a continuous setting. It's like 30 seconds on, 1 second off, and you're at like 7 hertz, and then you work your way up to 20 hertz. So it's a lower setting, and it goes lower, and it really tries to get the visceral fat around the organs. So for people that are really trying to lose weight, I always recommend doing the cardio and doing the strength to really
like
help.
A combination?
The combination really helps accelerate, builds the muscle, and loses the fat. So, so a lot of people don't understand, and that's why you really need someone that can really put it all together and put your program together. And we have the one-on-one coaching, and we know exactly what you've done before, what you can do now, what you want to train, what your goals are, and then we can put together a plan in our system so that when all you got to do is show up. You got to show up.
And it's like community.
Yeah, it's a family.
I mean, like, if I just buy a suit and I'm just watching Netflix and they're just getting, like, shocked, like, that's no fun. I'm there, I'm shaking hands, I'm busting, and I just tell them, work me until I can't get up, and I like to work out to the point of failure, to where, like, if I finish it, that means it wasn't hard enough. I would just tell them, just crank me up, And they do.
Yeah, we do. And
not everybody's crazy like that.
You get the BODY20, I call it the brain fog afterwards, right?
You've seen me where I'm like, that was good. I overdid it, but that was great.
And it's interesting because the suit is doing the work. I mean, you're working out with it, but normally when you work out, your brain is telling you exactly what to do, but the suit is doing it. So sometimes after you work out, it's such an intense workout, the strength, it takes a couple minutes for your brain to catch up with your body.
Yeah, that was another thing I was gonna ask, like, because every session is a different workout. Like, who comes up with the workouts of the day? Is this comes from corporate, or does each coach have their own method, or how do you keep that different for everybody?
Great question. We have 12 different workouts that we do at BODY20, and it just, again, depends on what you're looking for. So we have, every week corporate comes out with a strength workout of the week, and then we have our own strength, upper body, and then lower body workouts if people specifically request, when the suit's entirely on, but to work specific body parts. And then we have what we call a hybrid too, for women that want to, or men that want to do strength, and they did strength on Monday and they're coming back on Wednesday and they just can't quite do strength again. We have what we call a performance, which is a hybrid setting between cardio and strength, and it's super cool.
Is that the one with the short?
Yes, it's short, so you only get 5 seconds rest. So you're getting like a cardio hit, but you're getting like a hybrid. It's at a 35 setting. Okay. So you are completely drenched by the time you do the workout, and it's a lot of bands.
It is hard.
And it's really a lot of elongation if you're trying to really elongate those muscles. Like, we have a beginner and a Pilates workout in the performance. Okay. I've done the beginner in the suit. It is so intense on your core. I've done the advanced outside of the suit. I can't do the advanced yet in the suit because it's so intense. So
wait, what is this called?
We have a Pilates workout that we do in the suit.
Got it. And there's the beginners and the advanced.
Beginner
and even
and
the beginner is crushing.
I've watched people just get crushed and can't finish the workout. It's so intense.
You're making me want to go there right now. Let's do it. The last guy that I was doing the push-up challenge with you guys last time, he jumped out of the car. He's like, let's do a burpee challenge. I was like, we're on the strip. That. He's like, Bellagio burpee challenge, and I was like, okay. Like, when someone kind of just put something like that, I was all right, fine, whatever.
Was that the same day?
Yeah, that was the same day.
Oh my God.
I did the BODY20, the push-up challenge, and then a burpee challenge. I was so wrecked. And then you guys saw me yesterday. I was there yesterday.
Yep. I'll tell you what, that's one thing about Chava, man. He shows up, he's up for the challenge.
I'm up for the challenge, yeah, and I love it. I just like the energy, the people.
We have a fun group of people. So that's why I tell you, you don't even need shoes to show up. I tell people, all you need to do is just show up at our studio. We have MMA fighters. We do some cardio boxing, which clients really love. They actually teach them how to box, which is, it's really intense. It's a hard cardio workout. I mean, I've done it a few times, and it's just you're just gassed by the end of it. I know you've done it before, right?
I've never done the boxing.
You've never done the cardio boxing?
I've seen a couple of people putting on the gloves. I was like, what's going on over there? But I do know you do some country dancing sometimes, like with your team.
Oh yeah, Friday nights are country night at our studio. So
that's cool.
We have like some fun nights with our employees too, where we just work out after work and we just blare the music. And Friday nights are country night, and Jalen and I and Jordan, we all do a leg workout after work, which is super fun. I don't know if you've met Jordan, but he's like a black belt in Kung Fu. He's like the Kung Fu panda master. He is insane. I don't know if you go onto our Instagram, if you do nothing else but go to BODY20 Summerlin South and look at some of our videos, because Jordan in particular, he's doing like yoga poses and handstands and all kinds of crazy stuff in the suit. And it's hard enough to do those poses, but when you're doing it, when you're getting electrical muscle stimulation, in addition, it's I mean he's got a visceral fat of 1. He's just insane.
Is he the one who used to be Cirque du Soleil?
Oh yeah, he's in.
Because I see some like poses, and I was like, bro, I was like, haven't I seen you in those shows? Like I was like, those kinds of movements, they're not your typical, workout.
His upper body strength is just unbelievable.
That's awesome. That talks about like the kind of people that work there, the kinds of coaches that you have.
I mean, Queen in our morning crew, I mean, she played professional basketball. I mean, she's got...
I don't know her because I've never been in the morning.
You can't pinch an inch off her. She's just... and she's there, true, I'm telling you. She coaches kids in the afternoon, and then she's there at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. She's fun. Oh, yeah. She's always pushing you.
I like that. So... when you were saying you worked for 21 years in something completely different than what you are now. So did you just like leave and say, I'm going to take some of this, I'm going to pack my stuff, and I'm going to move to Vegas?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it unfolded. I mean, my husband runs a team in Fort Lauderdale and works remotely. So we go back and forth, and I'm the owner. My son, Garrett, has been there from boots on the ground. He started right in January, over 2 years ago. He knows all of the clients right from founders, and he's our studio manager. So he runs the studio, and then we have, kind of head coaches in the morning, head coaches in the afternoon, and then we have my sales crew, and then I have a remote sales crew, and I have a marketing team behind the scenes. So. Oh
wow, you have an entire operation that maybe I just wasn't seeing.
There's a lot of moving parts that go into it, and a lot of understanding marketing, understanding how to get out to the Vegas community. So we have a whole marketing program that we work with. I have a whole business to business team that works with me, and then we get everyone in there. Everyone can come in and do a free demo, so we highly recommend come in, check us out, do a full in-body analysis, go through the demo. You're going to do a little bit of strength, a little bit of cardio, because even as I'm talking today, and Chava's been doing it, and you need to see him because he's got some amazing abs. I saw on Saturday doing his little...
Oh, and the push-up challenge.
The push-up challenge.
You guys help, and I always say, crank up the abs, just do it. I know I'm going to regret it, and I sure regret, It's a good thing you guys play loud music because I curse a lot when I'm over there.
We have a lot of that going on, trust me.
I'm like, and then I just let it. But I find it really cool that you're all into this like biohacking, and you were talking about the different kinds of stuff that you do, like yoga, the chamber.
It's so interesting. You've done some biohacking yourself, mister.
Yeah, I love it. I've done a lot of stuff, but I'm interested in you, so.
Okay. Well, so we have a third modality on the suit, which is my personal favorite, and I recommend everyone to do it. And I don't think you've done it. It's called Restore. It is, you can either do it a couple different ways. You can either do it on the cot if you're just exhausted. I have people that come in from overseas, and it's basically what we call a massage, and it's a lactic acid flush. So we have people that do triathlons that come in before and then they come in after, and they do that. You can do it. I also have a vibration plate. So if you want to do some stacking, you can do restore on the vibration plate.
What is that? I definitely haven't done this.
So the vibration plate really gets into your lymphatic and gets your lymphatic moving, and they recommend doing the vibration plate 15 to 20 minutes every day. But we do it on restore in the suit, standing on the vibration plate, and then I'm a little crazy. One of our partners, we have a lot of strategic partners in Summerlin. One of my partners, Jackie Stryker, she owns Reshape Body Bar, and she does lymphatic massage. So I'll do a lymphatic massage there, and that's a whole process. And then I'll come into our studio and I'll get in the suit and I'll do restore on the vibration plate. And then I have what we call a brain tap too for myself, which is guided meditation from Patrick Porter.
You have a brain tap?
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Have we talked about this?
No, we haven't.
Oh.
You've seen it. I've actually had a picture of going to my Insta. I have
brain tap. They're
yeah.
with my clients. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, they're amazing. My brain tap is sitting right next to my bed.
Yep. Every night I do my brain tap, but doing it in the suit, on restore, on the vibration plate, that's a triple stack.
You're hardcore. I love it. Yeah.
But I tell everyone, like, if you're feeling achy or if you've been traveling, I have terrible sciatica, and it really just flushes everything out of your system. It's great for your lymphatic. I highly recommend Restore. You need to come in and try it.
Where do you think you got your, like, this drive of yours? Because it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've always loved fitness, and I played basketball in high school, played a little bit in college, and then my husband played college football, so we are always like intense. My son Garrett, who's our studio manager, he was in that crazy travel baseball. It's just, and we always were just driven. I rode horses professionally when I was younger. I've always gone a million things at all times, and I always loved fitness. And I just feel like, for me, and you're probably like the same way, like, we have so much going on in our lives that for me, fitness is my outlet. It makes me feel better. I don't care if I don't get a break, but if I get to work out once a day, I'm happy. And I just love the way that BODY20 has been able to transform people's lives. I've seen people that have come in there and they couldn't get off the couch. And within 2 months, I see this transformation of them. And like, if you go on
like
to
their movement, like
yes,
everything?
They like, if you go onto our Instagram and look at some of our testimonials, these people like Jerica, she was in an accident. She was in the military in an accident. She couldn't even get out of her chair. She was in such bad shape. And then we had, it was funny, one of her employees came in today, and he's like, I've watched the transformation of her, and I have to come in. Because it's
awesome.
just,
that's the best thing to
it's
check
crazy. And it's just like, if I tell people, they come twice a week for 20 minutes, and within 2 to 3 weeks, you start seeing this change in little things and what they can do. I mean, you and I take our health for granted, and we're running around all the time, but these people, there's a lot of people that are overweight. They don't know how to eat. We help them, with their eating and their in-body.
So even movement is difficult for them. So even getting some more agility, more movement.
Because they have no muscle.
And I like that it's not like heavy, like on the knees. So if you want to like do heavy squat to get more legs or booty, like this is perfect for joints, for like different things like that.
And for people that can't do the HIIT workout, we have an elliptical and we have a treadmill.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, and I tell people, like, I used to train with this gentleman, Mario, and he was kind of did all of our marketing, and he was at Wilton Manors. He's kind of one of the founding trainers for BODY20, and when you're on the treadmill, it's a different mindset. You're in the suit, and the suit's going, and you're running. That's not what you're really supposed to be doing. You're not supposed to be running. You're supposed to be at an incline at 12 and 2, and you're letting the suit do the work.
I love that. I've done that, and I love that. Exactly. Just get an incline, kind of fast walk, but having the suit kind of give me all the... And I get to chat with a coach one-on-one for like 20 minutes.
Well, I tell you, if you're chatting with a coach, your suit's not up high enough.
Oh, snap. I just got called out. Right.
I'm going to make sure that, Lexi turns your suit up more next time.
Yeah. And I'm fine. She is the most savage one. She's the one that just turns it up more and more. Because I think she likes when I curse or,
She's silent but deadly.
Yeah, and it's fine. I like it. I'm not upset. Yeah, there's definitely many things and benefits. So, on the business side, like, what's your project like for growth? Like, where do you want to see after this next one? It's been 2 years since you opened. Is that what you said?
We will be 2 years in officially mid-July. So we went into pre-sale 2 years ago, and then I think it was during COVID, so I kind of took over the purchasing and did the procurement and got the studio open as quickly as we could with our GM. But there were delays because of COVID, so we opened mid-July. Kind of went into the second half. We had about
That's ballsy to open up a business during COVID.
I know,
where everybody is just like, give me the paycheck. I'm just gonna stay home and cash in that check. You were like, nope, let's move across the country. Let's open up a business. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it. But, I mean, the fact that it was almost, you could open that studio up. I mean, people needed fitness during COVID, and the group classes were kind of, they just dissipated. So having the personal one-on-one training, knowing that it was an opportunity for people to come and get in shape and do it on a one-on-one basis and not have to worry about COVID, because I know when I was going to those yoga classes, when they opened back up again and I was sitting there with a mask on in a hot room with 60 people, it was just a COVID spreader.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that.
No.
That's what I like too. This one, it's small and it just feels intimate. It just feels, personal, I guess is the right word.
And that's the thing, because we have like all these women that are coming in that are older, that have no muscle, that have been on Ozempic and Mounjaro, and they're just like, they have no idea what to do. So I'm like, okay, it's very non-intimidating. It's one-on-one, and they feel comfortable. They get to know their trainers, and they all want their personal trainer, and their times and everything, and they come in. Everybody
wants to get what they want.
And they get their whole sense of family there, and they start feeling like, oh my God, I can do this again. And it gives them hope that they're able to, and then you see these changes in these people, and they get so excited. We just had, if you look at our Instagram, Vivian, oh my God, she came in and she was just, so out of shape, and she couldn't get up and move, and then like 4 months comes by, and she's like, I look over one day and she's doing cardio boxing with Brian, and I'm like, you see this 65-year-old woman and just transform. And then she just did a testimonial on her Instagram, and she goes, I want to do it when I'm working out, lifting weights. And I love seeing the transformation of people. I'm so passionate, and it works.
Yeah, and follow at BODY20 Summerlin South, right?
Yep.
That's great that you get the satisfaction of seeing people's lives change.
Yeah, the hardest part is getting people to show up. That's it. Just come in the studio.
So who's your target demographic? Who are like most people that come? Is it like you mentioned, like, is it older women? Is that what most attended are? Or?
That is the most attended. We definitely have the Desperate Housewives of Summerlin that come in. We have a lot of Pilates people that come in. They do Pilates and they do BODY20. It's a great fit. We have a whole pickleball crew that come in. Oh my God.
When is that?
So we do have exercises that are specifically for people that play pickleball to really strengthen their core. So we do have, and they don't need cardio. So they come in and they want the strength.
Yeah, because they're already running around. And
yeah. To be stronger, to play better pickleball. And they're like, oh my God, my pickleball has gotten so much better because I've done BODY20. We put together a video, Garrett did. He golfs, my son. He was working on specific exercises for strength to increase your core and your golf swing. And he was able to increase his endurance by 30 yards on his drive. It was insane. So
man, that's quite a Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
30 yards.
So it just depends on what sport you do, but we can work around. And then we have the triathletes that come in, and they have a specific training program too that they do for their working out, depending on, like, you know, if they're doing the triathlons, you know, some are good in swimming, they're not as good at biking, and then we can work on their specific lacking areas so we can make them stronger. The one gal that we sponsored, she went up 3 spots you get to a point where it's just like you start cutting hairs and you're with the same people, but she was able to go up 3 spots her last triathlon because her endurance was much better because of BODY20. Yeah. And 2 of our trainers, Lexi and Brian, they do the Spartans.
Oh, they do. Those are hardcore.
Yes, and those 2
are crazy.
They are crazy. They did minimal training last time for their Spartan, but they did a lot of the HIIT workouts and with the strength, and they shaved off like 2.5 hours. Hours of their Spartan from the last one just by doing BODY20. Yeah.
That's right there. That's why you go to BODY20, guys. Like, that's right there, because it works. It gives you the results in minimal time. It's fun. If you've ever thought about one-on-one coaching, but you don't know who to pick. Well, the beauty about this too is that you have multiple coaches that you can try. 4 or 5 different. How many coaches do you have?
We have 12 coaches there.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they all have a little niche, and they they're all
some,
certified.
I guess, are for the housewives that I've never met. Those coaches.
We have a couple. We have Jay and Yancy there. They're for the housewives for sure.
I'm gonna
they
book
work
a morning
during the day. You got to come in for the morning for sure. Oh, we're doing an InBody challenge.
Okay, let's talk about that. When is that?
So we are doing an InBody challenge. It starts February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, and it goes till the end of March. It's 6 weeks. And what we did was we took all of our trainers and divided them into 2 teams. So when you sign up, you'll get a blue team or a white team.
Is it guys versus girls?
No. It's like Brian's on one team, Lexi's on the other team, and then we have the rest of the squad broken up. So they're going to be assigned weekly goals. They're going to have a whole text chain of their team, and the coaches are going to hold them accountable during that 6 weeks and really push them to the next level.
And who is in this challenge? Can I be?
Any member of BODY20 can come and sign up. So everyone that's been coming in the studio, we've been getting them signed up for the challenge and making sure that they get on the InBody before February 15th.
Oh, got it. So you'll track it before and then track it after?
Track it during, track it after.
6 weeks, huh?
Yeah, so the nice thing is we're going to have a whole group, depending on which team wins, we're going to give out t-shirts to the entire team and do a whole little group party for them afterwards. So it's their aggregate. So it takes an InBody score. So your InBody score is like comprised of all of your variables, and it's anywhere from 50. I've seen bodybuilders be as high as 109. You're going to start a baseline. So you'll come in, maybe your InBody score is like an 83, and if you increase it by 3 points, then that plus 3 is going to get added to your team. So
I see. So got it.
So
that's going to be everybody's going to be accountable.
Everyone's going to be accountable. You need to hold your own, and you need to go up, because if you have one bad person on your team, it's going to blow your numbers.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that's bringing the rest of the team down.
And primarily InBody is on muscle. So if you can really gain muscle during this InBody challenge, you're going to see your numbers go up.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, March 17th, we are partnering with Dr. Manon Sharma, and he's one of the most credentialed doctors I've ever met, and he's amazing. He's the doctor with Elite Medical, and he actually works with Desert Moon Wellness now.
Okay.
And he's a practicing doctor, but understands holistic healing too. So he kind of takes the biohacking piece too and puts it into play. So he's going to be talking about, he's very passionate about EMS. He does it himself, the benefits of EMS, why utilizing EMS, how to optimize the best EMS for you, your InBody analysis, how to gain muscle, the importance of muscle, how to reduce inflammation in your body, the importance of liver and gut health, the importance of sleep.
So he'll be there on March 17th?
He's going to be there March 17th. We're actually closing our studio from 6 to 8, and he's going to be speaking on those topics, and he's going to have an open Q&A session on that too.
Nice. You know, that's my birthday.
That's your birthday?
I'm a St.
Oh my
Patty's
God!
boy.
You're
See
St.
this?
Patrick's Day. Woohoo!
Yeah, St. Patty's Day. So it's always been it's a fun birthday. People have a great time on that day. Always
Well,
a reason
have
to
to-
have a good time.
Have to have people come and then go out and have some. It's a Monday, so we'll have to go
You
celebrate
already know,
afterwards.
it is a Monday, huh?
We're gonna try to live feed it too. So if you
Oh,
can't
that's
make
fine.
it, maybe you can watch us on live feed. But I think that there's so many elements that go into your health.
Mm-hmm.
Like my husband, he had this liver issue when he got COVID, and then he took the 2 shots, and then he got put on Paxlovid, and his liver numbers went through the roof. And then we couldn't figure out what was going on with him, and he ended up having a liver biopsy. And I'm like, you know me, I'm like, okay, test for this, test for this, test for this.
Check everything.
Yes, and all of it came back completely negative. And then I finally, Dr. Sharma's a big believer in genetic testing and everything.
Okay, so you did those tests.
We
they checked
ran the
everything? Okay.
genetic tests, they did on Dana White, and
Yep.
it came back that he had been taking omeprazole, Prilosec, for years, and it has basically ruined his gut health and ruined his liver because of it. So he has since then gotten off Prilosec, but he's had to really work on his liver health and really worked on his gut health. And you don't realize that all of these medications that we take nowadays really, really affect your health. So understanding that, because if you're inflamed, you can go to BODY20 EMS, you can do all of that stuff. You can eat right, but there's a lot of variables that go into your health, and understanding
Gut
that
health is a big one.
gut health. And I sell some products in the studio that help with that, and I do believe that everyone should really get a full evaluation by their doctor. So I that's one of the reasons why I asked Dr. Sharma to speak on the 17th, just so he can kind of really help people get to the next level and really understand their in-body and how they can use that to track their macros, to get rid of inflammation, and to really, like, the 2 main things are liver and gut health. So there's so many toxins and chemicals that go into our bodies nowadays with the food.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The food now is terrible. You can look at obesity rates, you can look at any type of metrics from 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago where we are today, and the only thing that's changed is our health, and we've only gotten worse.
Yeah.
And I think it's just the food. I mean, it's just some of the things we eat here in America are not allowed in other countries.
It's hard here to eat healthy.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean, having organic food and really making sure that you're eating the best quality protein, you're eating enough protein, but through the in-body that we have, and I tell everyone, download the Fitness Pal, track your basal metabolic rate you get on the in-body and correlate it in there, and come up with a macro plan of whatever it is, 40% carbs, 30 protein, 30 fats is like a typical one. And now AI with the Fitness Pal, you can literally take a picture of your food and it goes right in there to your macros.
Like it'll know exactly what it is now. AI is crazy.
It is crazy. So technology and biohacking and incorporating all of this stuff, and even I drink nothing but hydrogen water, it all makes you that much healthier, so that you can reduce your inflammation in your body and get in the best shape possible.
Yeah, but I know you do stuff also like the skin, gut health, like yoga. I mean, you really are like biohacking, like the whole way, huh? That's really awesome. As we come close, because we're getting close to here, what would you say are the top 3 benefits of BODY20?
Top 3 benefits, first of all, are time. So it's for people that, from the time you go in the studio to the time you leave, it's 30 minutes. You're in and out within 30 minutes. You're doing 36,000 muscle contractions. It's 4 to 6 hours in the gym. So anyone that doesn't have time, you come in 2 times a week, and it's an add-on to your regular schedule. So secondly, it's personalized training. We can really take your in-body and understand it and really do a body recomp with you through personalized training and what programs we have that'll work with what you're trying to achieve. And then we also have a referral program. So if you refer 4 people into our studio and they're active members just like you will get a free membership. So we really want to get the word out. The biggest gain for us is having our clients, they're raving fans. If you go into our BODY20 Summerlin South Instagram, you can see the raving fans that we have, and you can see the transformations that these people work and that they bring people into our studio. So the referral program, I would say, would be key. So, and it's convenience. We're open 5:30 in the morning till 7:30 at night, Monday through Friday. And then we're open on Saturdays too. So we have really extended hours, and we make it accommodating for anyone that has a crazy schedule.
I didn't know you were
Like
open at 5:30.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in there.
Usually my 5:30 until like 10 in the morning are busy, and then I go to the office at 10. And sometimes I only go like after a lunch break or something. And sometimes I'm like, I haven't eaten. I don't know if I have energy to do a BODY20. So I grab like a quick snack, a protein shake or something.
But it does help you sleep too.
Yeah. So you mentioned the time. You mentioned
Personal one-on-one
training, and then referrals.
Yep, referrals.
Yeah, I think that's great. I personally, as a client, I would also add just your team, and maybe you don't mention it like that, but it really is unique. Like I've worked out in so many gyms here in Las Vegas. I've had multiple personal trainers. My own office has like 2-3 different gyms, but I've gone to the big ones, the powerhouses, and then also the big gyms that have, rock climbing and this and that and all the stuff that you typically just never use after a while. And then there's something about the sense of community from going to a smaller place where you walk in and every person that works there knows your name. I think that's a big one that you have over all the other guys.
Our clients are like family, and our employees are like family. So
yeah.
And we take people in, and we have this 80-year-old gentleman. He's a doctor. His name's
80.
He's named Enrique, and he's just become part of our family.
Enrique is pumping out the BODY20.
He is. Oh my God, I have him on a couple of videos, and he comes 3 times a week. We're doing balancing with him too. So it's just great to see these transformations in the family and the camaraderie and the team building. And so anyways.
I like that. 80. So that's the oldest, I'm guessing. Who's the youngest person? Can someone under 18 attend BODY20?
Right now, it's not FDA approved for under 18. So we do have a couple of 18-year-olds. So 18 to 80, anyone can come. So come check us out. Do a free demo. Call our studio, BODY20 Summerlin, 725-218-3270, or text us and come do a free demo. So thank you.
Just Google BODY20 Las Vegas. It'll show up. It's the only one. Michelle, the owner of BODY20 here in Las Vegas. It's been a pleasure. I mean, I've known you for 6 months now since I've been going, but now I know the back end. Now I know a lot of more stuff about the actual exercises, and I'm really happy you joined tonight.
Yeah, thank you, Shava. Thank you for taking time out of your schedule to do this.
Yeah, well,
really
this is the
appreciate
schedule.
it.
Thank you so much. You're awesome.